live lesson, we are going to talk about how to talk about your plans in English. Today we are going to cover some future tense grammar points. If you are a beginner or if you are intermediate or advanced, I hope this lesson will give you key patterns and refresh you about how to use going to and will. We have a lot of example sentences to cover, and there are lots of chances for you to send examples live in the chat or later, and I will check them as best as I can. So as you join, please make sure to hit the like button and of course share this video so that other people can find today's lesson. While we wait for people to join us live, one very important announcement. About this banner at the bottom of the screen, it says get 40% off. This is a forever discount at EnglishClass101.com. So if you go to the link below the video, YouTube, or above the video on Facebook, you will find this page that has all of the information about our learning system and the different tools you can get at EnglishClass101.com. If you want to study with more of my video lessons, with audio lessons, get PDF cheat sheets, go crazy. You can get all of them. This is the monster sale and it is happening right now. So go find all of the details here. You will get 40% off forever if you go now. So it's a great chance to go and find all of this. Okay, so that is our big announcement. I see lots of people are coming to the chat now as well. I will quickly say hello. If you haven't, please make sure to like and share the video. I'm going to do that right now, and then I'm going to begin today's lesson. So very quickly, YouTube, hello, Amit, what's up? Jacob, hello. Alexandre, what's up? Haziel, Kaing, hi. Mirel, hello. Facebook, what's up, Facebook? Do I have you? Yes, hi, Facebook. Hello, Gilberto and Riyadh, what's up, everybody? I'm going to like and share the video now. You can like and share the video also. Hello, Fever, YouTube. Hello, Natalie, Sunny, Roni, Sue, Patrick, Agus, Inazuma, Finek, Mariella. What's up, everybody? Nevian, hi. Okay, let's start. We have a lot to do today. Now, I have liked, I've shared. Let's begin. Let's start with basic future tense grammar. Today we are going to practice going to and will, a classic pair that there are many questions about. Let's begin with going to. Let's refresh ourselves. When do we use going to? Point one, we use going to for 100% sure decisions, okay? 100%. That's your plan. Point two, the decision was made before the conversation. The decision was made before the conversation. On a timeline, this way is the future, the star is now, yeah? You made your plan before the conversation. You made the plan at this point, sometime before now, okay? So we use this for 100% sure decisions made before this conversation. And we use this for very strong decisions in the moment. So that means now in the conversation, if we make a decision now that's a very intense decision, very emotional, we can use going to describe that, to explain that. So I'll put this blue circle, which also means for a strong decision, something very strong. Usually just a conversation before was had and we made the decision at that time. Let's look at some examples. For you in the chat watching live, send your plan, but use going to in the first sentence, going to. So tell me a future plan and use going to explain it, okay? Let's break down these different examples here. First example, I'm going to go hiking the weekend. Oops, I'm going to go hiking, sorry, this weekend, my bad. I'm going to go hiking this weekend, okay? So here I have going to right here, and I follow it with the verb. The same verb, in this case, go, that's okay, but we use this in the infinitive form. I'm going to go hiking in this case. So we can say I'm going to go hiking or I'm going hiking. Both are okay. Going to go is a common pattern. I'm going to go hiking this weekend. Okay? Let's look at a negative example. He's not going to come today. He's not going to come today. Negative here, plus going to, and I have the verb come. He's not going to come today, like to work or to school. So, to use a negative, we place not before going to. The final example, this one is a strong decision made in the moment. You are not going to that party. You are not going to that party. Maybe this is a mother or father to their child. Yeah, you are not going to that party. Again, we have a negative here with going to. Okay, so in this case, we are talking about something, or rather we have a grammar point that doesn't follow with a verb here. So you are not going to that party. Okay, so we can use going to talk about these future plans with positive and negative sentence structures. I'm going to come to the chat really quickly and then we'll continue on to Will. Let's see what you wrote, your future plans. Julio wrote, I'm going to make dinner. Nice one. Mariella wrote, I'm going to study Italian next year. Nice. Inazuma wrote, I'm going to Japan and America next year. Nice. Someone, I can't read your name, I'm going to listen to audiobooks today. Nice. Patrick wrote, I'm going to study astronomy, with a Y at the end, astronomy next Sunday. Get rid of in the. I'm going to study astronomy next Sunday. Facebook. What's on Facebook? Oh, Mohammed, I'm going to go buy a house next year. Is that true? That's very exciting. Mohammed also wrote, I'm not, make sure you have T, yeah? I'm not going to go to class. Or sorry, I'm not going to class next week. Also, okay. Fever wrote, I'm going to, make sure I'm going to learn English. So in today's lesson, I'm not going to talk a lot about how to make the grammar of this. I wanted to practice refreshing. But when we use going to, we use going to plus infinitive verb. Yeah? Going to plus the infinitive verb. Infinitive verb, this means the base form, the dictionary form, no change to the verb. Yes, this does have ing here, hiking, because this is a separate grammar point. This is not the verb form. This is the verb, going to go hiking, right? So I'm going to learn or I'm going to study, yeah? Not studying or learning. Watch out for that. Riyadh wrote, I'm going to the Halloween party. Nice one. Wow, back on YouTube. Wahid wrote, I'm going to sleep. Okay, that sounds good. Good night. Nevian wrote, I'm going to get my new phone tomorrow. Nice. Vanish wrote, I'm going to church tomorrow. Cool. Katera wrote, I'm going to go to Afghanistan next year. Watch out. Before your destination, to. I'm going to go to Afghanistan next year. Girija wrote, I'm going to London. Alexandra wrote, I'm going to improve my English by my next trip to the US. Habiba wrote, I'm going to eat. Oh my gosh, so many. That is good. Let's continue to will, because there's a lot to talk about today. Will, let's compare will to going to, okay? Remember these points up here? Very important to compare. We use will for unsure decisions, okay? Remember, going to is 100% sure decisions. We know 100% I'm going to do it. Will is unsure, when you don't know, I haven't decided yet, maybe that thing, you're not sure about it. And the decision was made in the conversation, okay? So remember this timeline here, future, here's the star, which means now. Will is used in the conversation. I just decided, okay? So it sounds really strange. I hear a lot of learners use will for this kind of decision before the conversation. I think many learners are afraid of using going to. Like it's scary, maybe. The grammar is scary, I don't know. But I hear many learners use will all the time. It's not correct to use will always, all right? It sounds really strange because we use will for these in-the-moment decisions, okay? Let's look at some examples. Maybe I'll have a salad for lunch. Maybe I'll have a salad for lunch. You might think, where's will? It's right here. This is the reduced form. Maybe I will have, right? Maybe I will have a salad for lunch. This is a decision. We're not sure, maybe, but it's in the moment. You are at lunch, looking at the menu. Maybe I'll have a salad for lunch, okay? Or just, okay, I'll have a salad. You decided in the moment, right? A restaurant or a bar or a coffee shop is the perfect situation to use will because you decide in the moment, right? You look at the menu, you decide there, okay? Some people might use going to sound very strong. I'm gonna have this salad, like they sound really strong in their decision. It's okay. Most of the time we use will, okay? Let's look at the second example. And if you can, try to write a decision in the moment that you make right now watching this live stream with will, okay? Here's another one. She'll probably call later. She'll probably call later, okay? This one is an unsure situation, right? Here again, we have will is hiding in this. Is that hard to see? This is she, apostrophe LL, she'll, she will, yeah? Here I have another big hint word, probably. Probably means that there's a chance of something, a pretty high chance of that. She'll probably call later, okay? So that means we are not sure, we are not 100%, but we want to talk about that, yeah? If we said she's going to call later, it's 100% correct, and that means there's a 100% chance it's true. Do you see the difference? This sounds like we don't know, not sure, not 100%. She's going to call later sounds like, yes, we understand, it's going to happen, okay? This is the difference, the level of certainty, okay? So I want to also note, there are some hint words. I'll put this here, hint words. So we have like maybe and probably. Oops, sorry, my M is hard to see. Maybe, probably, I might, these kinds of things. When people use these kinds of words around their sentence, there's a good chance they are deciding something in the moment or they're not sure in the moment. So these are some hint words. Hint words. Okay. Let's check the chat and then go to part 2. YouTube. Okay, let's see. Inazuma wrote, maybe I'll get my new shoes. Maybe I'll get my new shoes this Christmas. Okay, cool. Julia wrote, I will stop drinking alcohol now. Okay, so that makes sense. We can understand. If you were drinking before and then you decided just now, okay, I'll stop. That's enough for today. Okay, that makes sense. Great. Alexandra wrote, I will go to bed after this class. Nice one. Perfect. Tsuta-san wrote, maybe I'll finish my homework before dinner. Nice one. Good. Facebook wrote, maybe I'll get a chair. Okay, nice one. Let's see. Patrick wrote, I'll probably cook my dinner after Alicia's English class finishes. Yeah, I'll probably cook my dinner after Alicia's English class finishes. Girija, I hope I said your name right? So I'll go to bed. Ahmed wrote, it's too late. Maybe the courier will call you within 1 hour. Okay, that's a good way to express that uncertainty. Okay, nice one. Let's continue on to part 2 then, because we still have a lot of examples. But great job using going to and will. Nice. Let's take a super quick break, and then we will continue to part 2 and part 3, where we have some long sentence patterns to practice. Okay, if I missed your message in the chat, I'm very sorry. I will try to check it in the next session. But I want to remind you very quickly about our team's Forever 40% off sale. 40% discount forever at EnglishClass101.com. The team has called it the Monster Sale because it is October right now. It is a big sale, so it's a monster. It's a monster chance. So check the link below the video if you're watching on YouTube up here. Facebook, the link is here, or here, make the video small to find it. Check the chat. Sometimes it's in the chat too. So if you want to get more of my lessons, but with lots of tools and resources to help you learn English faster, you can find all of that at our team's website. For all of the details, you can check this page to see which plan is the best for you. So if you want to start studying with us, now is a great chance to be in. Okay, continuing to part 2. If you haven't, please make sure, like the video and share it so that other people can find today's lesson. Okay, let's talk about the next sentence pattern. In part 2 and in part 3, I want to give you some grammar patterns to help you talk about the sequence of things, right? So often we want to say, first, I'm going to do X. After that, I'm going to do Y. We want to talk about thing 1 and next thing 2. How do we do that? How do we use going to and will to put two ideas together? So let's look at pattern 1. This is the pattern you can use in the chat now. I have a very simple pattern here where you can put your own ideas in, I hope, easily. After I verb phrase A. After I verb phrase A, I future tense verb phrase B. Okay? Let's break this down. Future tense verb phrase B, this is one of these two. Going to or will. Yeah? Future tense verb phrase. So this is your future thing. After I verb phrase A, notice this does not have future tense in it. Okay? Let's look at some example sentences and then let's see what's happening here. All right? First one. After I finish work today, I'm going to meet a friend. After I finish work today, I'm going to meet a friend. First, future tense verb phrase. I'm going to, yeah, meet. So in this case, the decision was made before the conversation. I'm going to meet. Yeah, this is where the decision was made. Okay? Here, this is where I see many errors. Notice this clause, the after clause, this part of the sentence, this does not have a future tense. I hear many learners use after I will finish work. No, do not put will in this clause. Do not do it. So we only use the future tense in this part, in the second action. The first action does not take a future tense point, okay? After I finish, no change to the verb, okay? Let's look at a second example. After I write this report, I'll probably eat lunch. After I write this report, I'll probably eat lunch. Okay, so again, let's break this down. In the second part, we have our future tense verb phrase. I'll, so again, I will probably eat. So again, we are using this hint word probably. I'll probably eat lunch. This is our future, our after verb, right? The plan after action 1. Again, notice, after I write this report, no future tense anything. No going to, no will in this part. After I write this report, okay? So let's do one more example. In this case, I swapped. I put the two in different positions. So it is okay to put these in the opposite order. It's okay to start with I future tense verb phrase after I verb phrase, right? Present verb phrase, okay? It's okay to swap them. Let's look at one example of a swap. So, I'll wash the dishes after I eat. I'll wash the dishes after I eat. In this case, again, we have I'll and wash, okay? And then here we have action 1, after I eat. So, for me personally, oftentimes I want to talk about my activity first. If I want to describe to somebody my sequence for the day, I might use after at the beginning of the sentence, yeah? Like, oh, let's look at this one. After I write this report, I'll probably eat lunch. Yeah? But let's say, for example, someone asks you, like, hey, let's get lunch. Or at home, hey, can you wash the dishes? That's a situation, that's a time when you might use this pattern instead. That person wants you to wash the dishes. In that situation, you might use this part first. Oh, I'll wash the dishes after I eat, okay? You could say, after I eat, I'll wash the dishes. It's also correct. The reason to put this first is to put the focus on that section. Okay? All right, quick break. I'll check the chat and then we'll come back to it. Let's see, Facebook. Riyadh wrote, I will probably sleep later on after the class. Okay, so I'll probably sleep after the class, maybe? Do you need later on there? I'll probably sleep after the class is okay to me. Fever wrote, after I read, right? So not I after read, just copy this. After I read, just copy this and put a different verb here. After I read my book, I'm going to sleep. That's great. Let's see, I'm looking for after, sentences that use the after pattern. Let's see, YouTube. Key. After I finish work, I will go to sleep. Perfect. After I finish work, I'll go to sleep. Also, please try to use the I'll. It sounds way more natural. If you always say, I will do this, I will do that, you sound like a robot. It sounds very stiff. So I recommend you practice using I'll, he'll, she'll. Maybe it sounds confusing, but you have to practice it because native speakers use that usually, like 90% of the time. So I recommend you practice I will. Almost everybody is writing I will, he will, she will. Try to use apostrophe LL, okay? Tsuta-san wrote after the meeting. Okay, after the meeting, we will grab some coffee. Yeah, okay, so you can use a noun phrase also. After the meeting, we'll grab some coffee. Nice. Wahid wrote, after I graduate from university, I'm going to publish my book. Is that true? That's really cool. Nice sentence. Habiba wrote, after I finish this lesson, I'm going to study. Perfect. Katera wrote, after I listening, so listen, verb phrase A, so make this present tense. Today we are practicing present tense. After I listen to this video, so not listening, but listen. After I listen to this video, I'm going to go to sleep. Then it's perfect. Thanks for that. Colette wrote, after I finish my course, I'll wash your dresses. Okay, so I'll wash your maybe clothes. If it's important to say dresses specifically, okay, I'm not sure in that situation. But after I finish my course or after I finish my course work, maybe, I'm not sure about that one. All right. Diego wrote, after I go to sleep, I'm going to brush my teeth. Is that true? How are you going to brush your teeth if you are asleep? That's the sentence order. You said, I'm going to go to sleep. After that, I'm going to brush my teeth. Are you sure? Try to put them in the other order. I'm going to go to sleep. So after I brush my teeth, I'm going to go to sleep. Watch out for your order there. Yeah? Try again, Diego. Ahmed wrote, I'm going to contact the customer after I resolve his complaint. Nice examples, everybody. I'm going to go back to Facebook. Rosie wrote, after I cook, I'm going to eat. Hooray, the best. I love that. Let's see, that's the only one that I see. Rosa, I see you sending a couple here. Try to put these two together, yeah? After I make the desserts, what? To Halloween, yeah? Okay, maybe one more and then we'll go to part 3. What should I choose? Julio wrote, after I have dinner, I'll take a shower. Love it. Okay, let's go to the third part then. Should I take a break, Control Desk? Do we need another break or should I just go? I'll just go and then I'll tell you about our banner again later in case you missed it. All right, if you missed it, really quickly, reminder, there's a 40% off discount at EnglishClass101.com. Oh my gosh, love that. It's a monster sale. I'll tell you details later, but just to remind you. Let's continue though to part 3 because time is going quickly. Let's look at the last pattern, okay? This pattern was after, showing the sequence. In this pattern, we are going to talk about a condition, okay? Sometimes we need to do one thing first and something second, but sometimes if one thing is true, we can do the other thing, right? We have to wait for a condition. Let's look at some examples of this. The pattern we are going to use is I, future tense, verb, phrase, A. Here's your future, right? Future tense grammar point goes here. Future tense, will and going to is in this part. I will or I'm going to. Could be I'm going to. Or it could be I will. Or sorry, let's practice this. I'll. Okay? I am going to. I will. Unless. Okay? Verb, phrase, be. And a negative. So I know this one is a very challenging point for lots of people, all right? So let's take a look at some example sentences and let's break down what's happening here because I think these sentences can be really confusing, okay? So let's take a look. Number one, I'm not going to talk to him unless he sends me a message. I'm not going to talk to him unless he sends me a message. I'm feeling very petty maybe with this one. So not, here's my negative. I'm not going to is my future, and here's my verb. So I'm not going to talk to him unless, let's put this in blue, unless he sends me a message. What does this mean? Okay, so my plan, I explain my plan here. I'm not going to talk to him, okay? I'm not going to talk to him is my plan. However, if he sends me a message, I will talk to him, okay? But unless describes this in a negative sentence pattern. I'm not going to talk to him unless he sends me a message. So it's like saying, if this is not true, this is the plan, okay? If the part after unless is not true, this is the plan, the first clause there, okay? Let's look at a second example. I know this one is a little bit tricky, a little difficult. Second one, we'll probably finish work at 6 today, unless our manager gives us more to do. We'll probably finish work at 6 today, unless our manager gives us more to do, okay? So let's break this one down. Here is our future. We'll, yeah, we'll probably finish, okay? There's our future tense grammar point. We'll probably finish work at 6 today. That's a statement. We can finish the sentence there, right? However, this speaker wants to add, but in this situation, we will not finish at 6 unless our manager gives us more work to do. Unless our manager gives us more work to do. So this is a separate, our manager gives us more work to do. So this sentence means my plan, probably, is to finish work at 6. However, if the manager gives us more work, we probably will not finish at 6, okay? So we are showing that if the other thing happens, this will not happen, okay? Notice there's no negative in this sentence, yeah? So we can use it, usually we use unless in negative sentences, but this is an example of one without a negative. There's no not in this sentence. Notice here, there's a not in this one. I'm not going to. In this one, there's no not. But personally, I feel we usually use this more in this type of sentence. Okay, let's take a look at, I have 2 more, and then we'll finish for today. Try to send your examples in the chat, and I will come and check. Okay, the third one, you're not going to get a loan unless you write a business plan. You're not going to get a loan unless you write a business plan. Let's look. You are not, so negative again. You are not going to get. Here's my future tense expression. Not going to, okay? You are not going to get a loan unless you write a business plan. Unless you write a business plan. This sentence means the blue section, you write a business plan. This must be true first. After that, you can get a loan, okay? So this means a loan is not possible. You cannot get a loan because you have to write a business plan, okay? So we use unless to describe these conditional situations, okay? Julio has a good example on YouTube. I will not be able to finish unless he helps me. Nice example. The good one. Okay. Habiba wrote, I'll probably go to the park unless, unless I have a lot of work. So don't put the negative in the unless there. So if you see, so that example, I'll probably go to the park unless I have a lot of work. That's the sentence you want to say. Very close. Nice try. Diego wrote, I'm not going to sleep unless I study English. Like, I'm not going to sleep unless I study English. That one's a little bit weird. That's like you're making a decision, right? So I'm not going to sleep unless I can study English before I go to sleep. It's maybe a little bit better. Yeah, but good try. I like that. Tu Tasana, I won't go. Okay, I won't go to the party unless you come with me. Nice examples. Okay. Some people are just writing negative sentences. Let's go to the last one. He's probably not going to accept the job offer. This is long. He's probably not going to accept the job offer unless the company provides an attractive salary. Long one, but a professional one. So let's break this down for our last sentence today. He's probably, okay, not going to. Notice we used probably and going to. We're adding a little bit of flexibility to the going to here. So he's probably not going to, that's a high chance, accept the job offer. So here's our verb. He's probably not going to accept the job offer unless the company provides an attractive salary. This sentence means if the company does not give a lot of money, he is not going to accept the job, okay? So if the company gives a lot of money, he probably will, or he might accept the job offer. So unless is used to describe these conditional situations. Today's lesson is not about conditionals, but I wanted to review this because it is a very good way to talk about future plans and future conditions like this. Okay, let me see if I can find any more examples. Vanish wrote, I'm not going to do my laundry unless it's sunny. Perfect, nice one. Let's see, some people are using this. Wahid, I'm going to start my PhD after I finish my master's, yeah? Maybe I'm not going to start my PhD unless I finish my master's, or something like that. So maybe we can review unless and other conditional expressions in a different lesson soon. I think it would be good to practice. But I have to stop because I'm late as usual. I like to talk and explain a lot. So let's finish today's lesson. If you want to take a screenshot, now is your chance. Ba-dum. Beautiful. All right, so today we talked about how to talk about your plans in English with some basic grammar patterns and some very important points to talk about. Sequences. Thank you very much for your great questions and great example sentences. I love it. That will be it for today's lesson, but I'll be back next week. Next week's information, let me find that for you. Next week, next week I'm going to talk about using could to explain possibilities, like this could be the right place, or we could go to the party this weekend, or that couldn't be him, right? So how do we use could to talk about possibilities? Please join me next week to talk about that. Good thing to practice. So that will be at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week. That is New York City time. If you don't know your local time, please Google it or set a notification on Facebook or on YouTube. If you want to find me on Instagram, you can find the link for that in the YouTube description as well. Don't forget, really quickly, to check out the team's 40% off forever discounted English class, 101.com. It's a great time to start studying with us. Woo! So check that out from the link below or above the video. That's all for me. Thank you for liking and sharing. Have a great day, have a great week, have a great weekend, and I will see you again next time. Bye.